Today, we're going to dive into one of the most incredible engineering feats of the ancient world, the Persian Royal Road. Now, this wasn't just some path in the dirt. It was a genuine superhighway that completely changed how you could run an empire. So, let's set the stage. What was the massive challenge that the Persian kings were up against? Well, it was a problem of scale, a really, really big problem. I mean, just really think about that for a second. The Persian Empire was enormous. If you're the king, how do you send orders to your generals? How do you move your army? How do you even find out what's happening on the complete other side of your kingdom? Without a real road system, a simple message could take months to get where it was going. A rebellion in some far-off province could be over and done with long before the king even heard it had started. That kind of weakness, well, it was a recipe for disaster. It could make the whole empire just crumble. So, the Persians needed a game changer, and they came up with one. They decided to build a road that would tie their massive territory together, acting like a central nervous system for the entire empire. So what did this ancient superhighway actually look like? Come on, let's take a look at the blueprint for this incredible piece of work. The Royal Road stretched for a whopping 1,677 miles. It ran all the way from the city of Sardis, which is in modern-day Turkey, to the Persian capital of Susa in what is now Iran. For its time, this was just an unbelievably long road. To help you wrap your head around that, imagine building a road from New York City all the way to Denver. Now imagine doing that 2,500 years ago with no modern machines at all. It's an absolutely mind-boggling achievement. And listen, this was not just some dirt path. Building the Royal Road took some serious civil engineering. Think about the challenges they faced: scorching deserts, powerful rivers, rugged mountains. So what did they do? They paved important sections with stone so wagons wouldn't get stuck. They built strong bridges. They even figured out the smartest routes through the lowest mountain passes to save time. They even dug wells for fresh water, basically creating ancient service stations along the way. But the Royal Road wasn't just long and well-built. It was designed for one thing above everything else: speed. And this led to something that was basically the world's very first express mail service. Okay, so here's how this amazing system worked. A messenger would ride as fast as possible for about 15 miles until they reached a station. There, they'd literally hand off the message to a new rider who had a fresh, rested horse, and that rider would take off like a shot to the next station. It was like a non-stop relay race across the entire empire. And they had the whole network to back it up. There were 111 of these stations all along the road. Every single one was stocked with food, water, and of course, fresh horses ready to go at a moment's notice. They also had guards, which made the whole route safe for these really important messengers. And the difference this system made? It was just staggering. A royal courier could get a message across the entire empire in just 7 to 9 days. But for a regular person traveling by foot or with a cart, that exact same journey would take about 90 days. That's 3 whole months. This whole system was so impressive that the Greek historian Herodotus wrote this famous line about it. It just perfectly captures how reliable and relentless these messengers were. And what's wild is that this motto is now famous for being used by modern postal services, but it was first written to describe this Persian system 2,500 years ago. But the impact of the Royal Road went way beyond just delivering mail really fast. It fundamentally reshaped the ancient world. It became a powerful engine for trade, for control, and for culture. So for starters, the road created a huge economic boom. Because it was so well kept and heavily guarded, merchants could finally move really valuable goods across continents safely and predictably. We're talking silk, spices, gold, you name it. This wasn't just a few fancy items. It meant reliable trade routes that connected the Mediterranean all the way to Central Asia, firing up economies all along the way. The road truly was the empire's central nervous system. It let the king move troops with incredible speed to put down any trouble, which kept the empire stable. It made collecting taxes from faraway places much more efficient, which is what paid for everything. Basically, it was the lifeline that held this massive, diverse empire together. And it's so important to remember it wasn't just goods traveling on this road. It was people. People from all corners of the empire were meeting at these stations: merchants, soldiers, officials, and they were all sharing their languages, their ideas, and their beliefs. The road became a cultural bridge, spreading new customs, technologies, and knowledge across thousands of miles. So what's the lasting legacy of this ancient superhighway?
It's pretty incredible when you realize that its influence has been echoing through history for thousands of years.
The concepts the Persians pioneered were truly revolutionary. The Romans, they later copied many of the Persian road building techniques for their own famous road network. And the very idea of a government-funded postal service with relay stations, yeah, that started right here. Even today, our modern interstate highway systems are based on the same core idea, connecting huge territories for communication, trade, and control.
And that brings us to a final thought. The Royal Road connected the ancient world with pavements and horses. So what connects our world today? Is it our network of highways and shipping lanes? Or is it something we can't even see, like the fiber optic cables that carry the internet across the globe, delivering messages in seconds instead of days? It's a pretty fascinating question to think about.